Hey, Knobtop here, and I wanted to talk about these little cheap microphones. You've seen them. I'm using one right now. I used one in my last video I just made. I've been using this thing more and more. It's $20. You can get them like $5. This one's $5. This one's $20. I'll talk a little bit about them. I hate holding this thing. I'm going to mount it on my chest here. My chest hair? I'm not going to mount on my chest hair. I'm going to mount it on my shirt. Okay, so I wanted to talk about these mics because, you know, let's go range. Let's go $5 to $20. And I'll put links to these things in the description. I like them because they get the job done. I have nicer mics. I don't use them because they don't hook into my phone, which is what I'm filming this on. And that's why I wanted to talk about these. Now, I have an older phone, and so I got this one, which has the older Thunderbolt connection. And like right now the wind's blowing. We're going to try out this one as well. These are just random no-name brands. I don't even understand how these things can be so good for how cheap they are. They have an automatic noise cancellation. So when I don't talk, it gets quiet. And I'm curious because there's a bird chirping right now. And what I'm going to do is let's unplug this thing and you can just see the difference. I mean, I'm about 20 feet away from the camera right now. So wow, that bird is going crazy. Let's see if you can hear that. All right, so I unplugged it and you can hear this is what it normally would sound like if I was gonna sit this far away from the camera to try to get the cinematic mode in action. And like I mentioned, this is made to go into a USB-C. I have the little adapter that came with it. It comes with all this cool stuff. It comes with a little dual charger. Let me plug you back in, sorry. So you watch shorts and TikToks and stuff like this, you'll see people holding this thing like this. I don't necessarily like this proximity effect of how close this is. I don't think it sounds that good this close. And I also I don't like having my hands tied up. But I also don't like the clip that this thing has. I tried 3D printing a custom one, but I'm gonna still work on it just so it fits a little better. Let's do a comparison test real quick. This right now, you're listening to the IUMAKEVP. And now let's check out this one and see if we can actually hear a difference. So this is the other microphone, and I don't know if it sounds much different. I'm actually concerned or curious now because I noticed when I turned this microphone on, it actually connected to my other receiver, which makes me think if multiple people were using this in a close range, let's say you're at an event and other people were using these same microphones, you could get some interference. I'm actually curious though, if you could actually hook up 4 or 5, 6 or more of these things now that I got 4 of them. I just don't have 4 people currently. This is what you're listening to right now. This is the IUMAKEVP fighting the birds. And you know what? We're going to go inside here too, and we're going to do a little comparison just to let you see why these little microphones actually, I think, work pretty well for what they are. So check this out. You have the microphones, 2 microphones with the soft covers, a charger cable with a dual charger, the receiver, extra little foamies. I thought it came with wind muff, but it doesn't. But mine comes with this little Thunderbolt connection, so you can go from USB-C to Thunderbolt. It also has this additional USB-C to standard USB connection. It has these little AirPod looking things that I think are for setting up for if you need to do like a web broadcast. You get extra clips and this little bag to carry it in. For $20, yeah, it's not the greatest, but 20 bucks, I'm pretty impressed. The IUMAKEVP. There's no way to really track which brand is the good one. They all kind of seem the same to me. I just kind of look by what they actually look like. And you can see here, this has the little square front, and that's what made me think this one might be a little better. And it seems to be okay, I think. Now, this is the interesting thing. So right now I'm talking to you, I'm like, I don't know, 10, 15 feet away from the camera. Let me unplug this and you can hear what this room would sound like with this camera mic. And so this is what it would sound like if I was trying to do a quick presentation on a phone or something like this. This is what this room would sound like. It's super echoey. So I'm impressed that this little microphone system actually can mute out a lot of that echo and reverb. And let me try one more thing. I want to show you when I don't talk, it's just silent. So we're plugged back in. Now listen to this. Right? And so I have noticed that the sound deadening, cancel out that noise, you do have to speak with a little bit more authority. I have a tendency to kind of talk under my breath, and it doesn't pick up those little quiet, especially with this echo because it's trying to mute it out. So when you talk, you have to talk loud and with a purpose. So I think you need to do that anyways. I wouldn't necessarily rely on these for doing the highest end production. Now, if you are going to use these microphones, make sure you do a test recording. I've had this happen so many times because of my phone case. It doesn't mount correctly, and this thing doesn't notify you that it's not actively recording a good quality sound, and it will just be muted. It's terrible. So it has power going to it, so it says it's connected, but the phone isn't actually connected correctly. And that might just be my issue with my phone case. And as I was editing that last part, I realized the microphone was recording the mic in the box that connected. I didn't turn it off. So those mics do connect to different receivers, which means they're not on some special frequency. At least those two aren't. And so both of those mics have the same receiver, which is not good if you have a lot of people around. That totally would pick up someone else's microphone or interfere. And just for last reference, this is the cheaper mic. This one's like $6, I think. And listen what the sound sounds like out here, just at arm's length. Look how much better that sounds. Look with your ears, right? I don't know. Anyways, Knob Top, links are in the description. Go make something. We're back again in the small little village of Yellow Springs, Ohio, asking people the tough questions that we're looking for. Oh, we got one. We got someone here. So we're gonna... Hey, have you seen Dave Chappelle?
Today?
Yes.
No, not today.
Not today. Thank you.
Great.
All right, we'll try again next time.